Copeland Hughes, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're so glad you could come. And you are a local teacher here. Huh? Tell us about your work here in Ocean Springs.
Well, I've been a teacher in Ocean Springs School District for the last 4.5 years.
Hmm?
I am the disciplinarian at the upper elementary, and I love my babies, no matter
that's
what
nice.
their behavior is.
And so you do behavior for what ages?
4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they're starting to get a little wild, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah, trying
Of course.
to stress their independence.
Hormones.
And yet inspirational, too, from what you tell me. You tell them what you've accomplished in your life and say, you can accomplish this, too, if you just buckle down, huh?
Yes. My students take full pride in understanding that I write books and that I speak all over the world. And so they look me up on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and on YouTube, and they follow me. And so they know that not only their behavior has the pros and the cons, but they know that even though my past hadn't always been good, look what I'm doing now.
Yeah, here's your website, and
Yes.
people can follow you there about your great speeches and Amazon books and such.
Yes.
So you're an author, and I think you're telling me you've been an author all your life.
Yes.
Since childhood. Tell me about some of the, when you started off writing, what were you writing?
I was writing about my life experiences. Growing up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, I was the oldest of 5, and all of my life experiences haven't always been the best. And so traumatic experiences, we were always taught at home, you don't tell anyone what goes on at home. And so I wrote about them. And so whether they were good, bad, or indifferent, I wrote about everything. And so you couldn't always share it. And so it took me 25 years in order for me to publish those poetry items. So I loved it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do sometimes. Wait until it's ripe and the time is right for you to put those books out.
Mm-hmm.
And you have told me you have your own publishing company.
Yes.
And you've put out over 70 books.
Yes.
That's amazing. So they're not all yours. You publish for other people, and the publishing company website was up, and they'll be up again later. And show us, you brought one today. Tell us about the book you've brought today. This is your latest?
This is our latest book, Journey to Igniting. I compiled this book with 5 other women that are not only Southern women, but we have one that's in Michigan. And compiling this book because people don't understand that it's all about a journey. It's not about a destination. And so no matter what you've gone through, no matter where you have been, you don't have to stay there. And so you have to find your inspiration somewhere. And so these women that are in this book, we met last year at a speakers and writers retreat that I hosted in Atlanta. And we all got together and we told our stories so that we knew that we could overcome anything that we set our minds to.
That's so inspirational, and it's so good not only for those women, but for people to read it and to be inspired. And in fact, you told me a lot of your books are self-help books.
Most definitely.
And tell me about some of that. What else have you written about?
Besides the poetry, we also have, I love working on anthologies because so many people are discouraged about writing their own truth. And so I work with individuals even before they put the pen to paper about how to tell their story and how to overcome and completely heal and write their way to healing in the process of their writing. And so we have everything from self-help, self-motivation, spiritual, as well as poetry.
That's amazing. It's wonderful to have so many books, so much out. I felt I was prolific, but wow, 72 books. That's really
But they're
impressive.
not all mine, no.
No, it's very impressive. Tell me about, you have there's 5 books, 5 stories here, and one of them's yours.
Yes.
Tell me about yours.
The story that I wrote was about chasing the bus. I live outside of the school district, and so every morning I have to chase the bus in order to get my children on the bus to get to school. And so even though I get discouraged sometimes working with the disciplines in the school, I wrote about how chasing the bus was just the vehicle that God used in order for me to get from where I was to where I need to be in life. You never know what vehicle he's going to use, whether it's a Penske truck, which took me from Minneapolis here, or a school bus. And so the school bus was my inspiration in this story.
I like that metaphor.
Yes,
Yeah, every vehicle takes you on a road to life. That's really nice. Are you going to read a little bit for us?
Sure. I will read my portion. It says, chasing the bus. Beep. The sound of the alarm that goes off and wakes up a chirping bird of every morning. I push snooze 17 times before I finally get up because I dread the same path that I'm taking daily. I chose this path as a sacrifice to allow my children to attend a school that masked the success that I often wear daily. The routine of getting up, preparing for that day, regretting before it even arrives, just to please others. It's the beginning of doing what you have to do to get to where you need to. It's all a part of my journey, and some days are better than others. So no matter if I am working and kids' behaviors are tough, I'm still there because I'm making an impact globally.
That's so true. Everything we do impacts other people. And in my life as a writer, in my life as a doctor, all the people I interact with make such big difference in their lives, and it sort of trickles down to everybody else. And when you're working like you are with children, they're our next generation, and you have such a great influence to inspire them to do so many wonderful things.
Yes.
Well, we're so glad you could come onto our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll look forward. This is her website. Be sure you check her out. I've been to her website. It's just inspirational. There's so many bright colors and so many different things on it. All of their books that are available through Amazon, I have those. You can get them directly through my website or my books as well. So check us out, and we hope you've enjoyed these episodes of Meet the Authors. We're looking forward to having you invite us back into your home next time. So from Phil Levin and all our guests, stay tuned for next show.